facilitator mode, for much of these last few games. But when he's aggressive, like he was in that fourth quarter, what does that do for the rest of the group?
It does a lot for us. We rely on, him to make plays for us and just be himself. Whatever the game presents, you got to be prepared for it. And I think tonight he came with that scoring effort late in the game, and he also created stuff for us, from his penetration. So any given night could be anybody, and tonight James was great for us.
You had a couple of big threes yourself in the fourth quarter. I have to ask something before then, though. Why the shoe switch at halftime?
I don't know. I mean, I stubbed my toe. I stubbed my toe in the first half, and I was thinking that it'd help if I switched shoes in the second half. So, I guess that's just my theory. I don't know if it works or not, but I felt better in the second half shooting the basketball, though.
Thanks.
Brian Lewis with the New York Post.
Hey, James, this is twofold. How much did their zone, I guess, throw you guys off early? And how impressive, considering the last few games, was the fourth quarter defense? How encouraging was it that you guys defended that way down the stretch?
Yeah, I mean, teams are going to throw zone out at us because we got three guys that can penetrate and score at will from all three areas. So teams are going to, mix it up a little bit with us. But tonight it felt like they was in that zone all night. They definitely, mucked the game up and made it a physical game and was able to stay in the game until late in the fourth. And, I think our defense just, held tight the whole game and once we was able to start making some shots there in the fourth, we was able to pull away. But our defense won us this game for sure.
Greg Logan with Newsday. Greg, you're muted.
Sorry. Just wanted to ask, when you and Kyrie were struggling a little bit tonight, and so how heartening was it to see James have the kind of game where he shows, what he can do offensively and step up and take over in a big situation like that?
Yeah, I mean, shots aren't going to fall. We're going to have nights where we can't make baskets. And we got guys that can, like I said, create for each other. But we, our defense was able to be locked in on defense, which kept our energy going on the offensive side of the ball. And we generated good shots, regardless of missing or making. And whoever has the ball in their hands late in the games, we trust they're gonna make the right play. So it might be Kai next game, might be me next game. I think that makes us, like I said before, it makes us unpredictable.
Malika Andrews with ESPN.
Kevin, James said that for years he knew what his role was, showing up to work every day in Houston. And what he's enjoying now is the puzzle of trying to figure out where he fits in now. Mm-hmm. What have you seen from him from that perspective of him kind of enjoying that process?
It feels like he just transferred to a new school and he's trying to figure out the curriculum, and it's going to take some time to figure out, who your teammates are, what, your rotations are in the game, and when to be aggressive, when to score pass. As a scorer, and the focal point of your offense, sometimes it's the balance between score and pass. You got to figure that out each night. And I think tonight was a perfect balance for him. And we're going to need more going forward. And, myself missing, open looks like I did tonight for him. I think, when I'm knocking down shots and we all knocking down shots around each other, it's going to spread the floor, open the floor for everybody. So we just need, guys to take the shots that's there for them and be aggressive to get to the rim.
Brian Mahoney with the Associated Press.
Hey, Kevin, with the shooters you have and the range you guys can shoot from, how come you can't just kind of tear apart a zone?
I mean, we missed shots tonight. I think we got a lot of wide open threes, but we just missed them. Last game we knocked them in, and that's just the name of the game. You got to give them credit for being physical, getting the contest up. But I felt like we got so many great looks tonight. We got up, 38 threes, and I felt like we probably should have hit it 9 more, 10 more, But long as, like I said, as long as we generating good shots, we can live with it. But also coming back down that other end and getting a stop, we did that tonight.
Alex Schiffer with The Athletic.
Kevin, you talked about the defense. What do you think has been the biggest adjustment you guys have made at that end of the floor from the Cleveland series to these past two with Miami?
Well, guys not making tough shots over us. Bam tonight, he made a couple, but not as many as he made the other night. Duncan Robinson, 1 for 10 from the three. We living with that. And the other guys didn't get going. Olenek didn't get going. None didn't get going. So, when the ball, you miss shots, our defense definitely looks better. We could play the same, type of scheme and contest the same shots that we contested in Cleveland and first and last game. But if they go in, it looks like bad defense, you know what I'm saying? But tonight they missed them. So, we gotta stay solid through it all and keep grinding. I think tonight was a good test.
Christian Winfield with the New York Daily News.
Hey, Kevin, I asked Coach about Reggie, and he said, he's a big fan of him, but he's struggling a little bit. Obviously, just getting used to the NBA game, late second round pick. What have you seen from him early this season, and how are you kind of trying to mentor or give him some advice early on?
It's just all about Reggie going out there and enjoying himself, understanding what the situation is and what we need from him. And I think each and every night he's learning more and more about the game, learning more and more about himself and what he needs to do individually, and how to be a pro. And I think he's one of those guys that's a sponge, Well, I know he's a sponge. He's always asking questions. He always wants to do well. And as a rookie, playing on a team like this with the high expectations every time you step out on the floor, there's going to be some inconsistencies and some ups and downs. But for the most part, I'm proud of how he comes in every single day and works and wants to be great at it. So, we got to be patient with rookies in this league, obviously. And Reggie's one of those big guys that, is learning a lot on the fly. So, he'll get better as season goes on.
Tom Dowd with BrooklynNets.com.
Hey, Kevin, Jeff Green, he's been shooting the ball great over the first month. He comes off the bench. He plays the 4, he plays the 5. How would you describe his impact and influence on this team over this first month?
Well, he's a versatile player and, veteran, has been in the league for a while. So, he knows different situations, been in the finals before. So he understands the intensity you need to play with. And, having a guy that can start when you come off the bench, play a lot of minutes, play little minutes. He's just a pro's pro. And, we're lucky to